Good morning, dear friends. Today we will discuss about symmetric groups. So in our last two lectures, we discussed what is a group. Then we checked many algebraic structure whether they are group or not. Then we proved the basic results for a group like the identity element of a group is a unique, inverse of each element in a group is unique, left cancellation law, right cancellation law. These all things we have done. So let's move to the symmetric group. As the name suggests, it is one special type of group. So now let us define another algebraic structure. Let's define an algebraic structure f and this symbol. So here f is the set of all the functions from a to a and f is one-to-one function. And this A is any non-property set. So first thing, we take a set that is a collection of all the functions which is from the set A to A set A to A, and these functions are one-to-one in nature, means they are bijective, they are one-one as well as onto functions. And the operation on this, that is f of g, is defined as f of g of x is equal to f of gx. That is compositions of functions. And in our first chapter, that is set theory, we had already discussed that with the respect of the compositions of the functions, if f and g are two one-one onto functions, then f of g is also one-one onto. So one thing is clear, that this operation is binary operation. This operation is binary operation. Again, the reason is because we know that if f and g are one-one and onto function, then the composition of f and g will again be a one-one and onto function. So the first thing we prove that our operator is a binary operator, or we can say that this composition operator is closed under the set f. Second thing, we also, in our first unit, we also proved that f of g of h is equal to f of g of h, means the compositions are associative in nature. This also we have already proved in the first unit, that is set theory. Then if we talk about the identity element, then now let's take a identity function e from a to b. Now this function is defined like this: e of x is equal to x for all x belongs to a. Means a function which maps the element x to itself. And it can be very easily proved, we can very easily prove that this e is a one-one as well as onto function. So this e belongs to capital F. Now let us see what is the value of f of e of x. Now here this x is any element from capital A. So f of e of x will be f of e of x. Now by the definition of this identity operator, identity function ex, it should be equal to f of x. So from here, because it is true for all values of x belongs to a, we can say that f of e is equal to f. And similarly, we can prove that it is equal to e of f. So from here, we conclude that this identity function is the identity of this particular algebraic structure. So now let's rub this. And we also know that if a function is 1, 1 and onto, then its inverse functions also exist. And that inverse function is also a 1, 1 and onto function. We know that if f from a to a is 1 to 1, then f inverse from a to a exists and also 1 to 1. So from here it is clear that this f inverse belongs to capital F. So now let us see about the inverse elements. So if we talk about inverse element, now let us take any function f from capital F. Means we have taken a function from set a to a, which is 1, 1 and on. And we just discussed about if f belongs to capital F, then this implies there will be another element, f inverse belongs to f, which is the inverse function of the function f. Now let us see whether it becomes the inverse of f in the terms of a algebraic structure or not. Now let us take f of f inverse of x. So what it will become? It will become f of f inverse x, and by the definition of the inverse of function, f of f inverse x should be equal to x, and this can be written as e of x. So what we conclude that f of f inverse is equal to the identity element of the algebraic structure. Similarly, we can prove that this is equal to f inverse of f. So till now we prove that if we take this algebraic structure in which the capital F is the set of all the functions from set a to a, and these functions are 1, 1 and onto, and this binary operation is a functions composition, then we seen that this becomes a binary operation. It means operator is closed under F, associative by the definition of the composition of functions. Then we find the identity element. Identity element is the identity function. Then we find the inverse of each element of capital F, and we prove that if f belongs to capital F, then the inverse function of f will be the inverse of that function f. So from here we conclude that, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is this function, this algebraic structure is a group. This algebraic structure is a group. We have proved that this algebraic structure, here O is the composition functions, composition of the functions. So this becomes a group. Now let us discuss the term permutation in mathematics. So what is a permutation? Permutation is now what is permutations? If we talk about permutations, permutations is basically a rearrangement of the elements. So permutation is rearrangement of elements. It's okay. So now let us take, we have three elements, 1, 2, 3. So what are the different permutations of 1, 2, 3? It may be 3, 1, 2. It may be 1, 3, 2. It may be 3, 2, 1. So if we see carefully, what is a permutation? Permutation is basically a 1, 1 onto function from this set to the rearrangement. So 1 is mapped to 3, 2 is mapped to 1, 3 is mapped to 2. Again, here 1, 2, 3. So again 1 is mapped to 1, 2 is mapped to 3, 3 is mapped to 2. Similarly here, again these are the functions and these functions are 1, 1 and on 2. So it means the term permutation can be replaced with a 1, 1 on 2 function from the set of elements to itself. So what we will do, now we define the function f from a to a, which is 1 to 1, as permutation. And by this way, the permutation term will become more generic. Or this capital F now become the set of permutations on set A. So it means now we have proved that, since we have proved that F with composition of function as operator is a group, it means we can say that the set of permutations with this binary operation will become a group, and this group is named as symmetric group. So this group is named as symmetric group on set A. So now let us conclude all the things whatever we have discussed till now. So we start with the set of 1, 1 on 2 function from a set A to itself, and we prove that this particular set with the functions composition as operation becomes a group. Then second thing, we realize that the permutations are moreover a 1, 1 on 2 functions. It means this capital F becomes the set of all permutations on the set A. Therefore, we can say that the set of all permutations on the set A with binary operation as the function composition is a group, and this group is named as a symmetric group on the set A. Now, and these symmetric groups are represented by Sn. These symmetric groups are represented by Sn. Now let us take an example to understand the symmetric groups. So let us take a set A 1, 2, 3 having the 3 elements. Now we want to define a symmetric group on this set A. Now how many elements this set have? 3. So the symmetric group we will write as S3. Now by definition, this S3 is the collection of all permutations on set A, and the operation is the binary operation is the compositions of functions. So now, as the permutation is the rearrangement of the elements, and this set has 3 elements, so it means this S3 will have 3 factorial elements. In general, if we talk about Sn will have n factorial elements. Now the next thing, how we can write the element of this particular set. So to write the elements, now what I am doing, I am writing the elements of S3. Means we have to write 3 factorial means 6 permutations of S3. So let's write 1, 2, 3. The first permutation, the easy one, is each element map itself. That is 1, 2, 3 mapped to 1, 2, 3. Now let's write the another one 1, 2, 3 and let the mapping is 1, 3, 2 and we write the name it alpha. Similarly, the beta 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. Now let's write another permutation 1, 2, 3 gamma 2, 1. Then similarly 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Then last say it is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1. Now the first question comes how we can define these permutations. यहाँ तो 3 है, 3 से 6 हो गई, तो यदि 4 एलिमेंट है तो इट मीन 4 factorial elements. 4 factorial elements means 24 elements. So how we can write the elements? The best way is make a cycle 1, 2, 3. So this is the first element. Now 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 1. So the next element will be 1 to 2, this one, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 1. So we get first element. Then again 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 3 to 1 and 1 to, so it is not, so it is 2 to 3, it is 2 to 3, 3 to 1, 1 to 2. So find the 3 elements. Now from if we check from 3, 3 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, it will again come to 1 to 3, which is the first element. Now what we will do? We will write it in the reverse order, that is 3 to 1. So this one, it is 3 to 1. Now again apply the same, 3 to 1, 2 to 3, 1 to 2, take. Then फिर again यहीं से 1 to 2, 3 to 1, 2 to 3. So in this way we can define all the elements of a permutation by using this cycle. So once we will go clockwise, once the half of the elements will be generated, we will reverse the order of the identity element and then we again start the procedure. So in this way we can define all the permutations. Now let's see how we can find the composition of two elements. Now it is, we have already proved that this is a group. We have already proved, because we have proved that all the set of all the permutations with respect to function compositions are group and they are named as symmetric group. So it is by obvious it is a group. Now let us see how we can find the composition of two elements and what is the identity element, how we can find the inverse of elements. So let's start with, now let us think about, we want to find beta of alpha. What we want to find? Beta of alpha. So how we can find it? What we will do, we will write first element of alpha. What are the elements of alpha? It's 1, 2, 3, then 1, 3, 2. This is alpha. And below this, we write the elements of beta. So what are the elements of beta? Beta is 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 3, 1 to 2. Now beta of alpha means we will get a permutation from the set 1 to 3. Now see, 1 is mapped to 1 and here 1 is mapped to 3. 1 to 1, 1 to 3. So here 1 is mapped to 3. Then 2 is mapped to 3, then 3 to, from here 3 is mapped to 2. Similarly, 3 is mapped to 2 and 2 is mapped to 1. So it is 3 to 1, and you can see this 3 to 1 is K. Another the same element out of these 6 elements. Now let us take one more element. Now let us take alpha and delta. Now let us take, we have to find delta of alpha. 1, 2, 3. So how we can write? Now by chance these are written alpha first and below it delta. So what will be the element? 1, 2, 3. Now 1 is mapped to 1, then 1 again mapped to 2, so it will be 2. Then 2 is mapped to 3 and 3 is mapped to 1, so 2 is mapped to 1. Then 3 is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 3, so 3 maps to 3. So element will be 2, 1, 3, it will be gamma. So by this way, we can find the composition of the two elements of a symmetric group. Now, what is the identity element? Identity element, we know the identity function will be the identity element. So this is the identity element. Now, how we can find the inverse of the elements? How we can find the inverse of elements? To find the inverse, now let's suppose we want to find the inverse of delta inverse. So what we will do, we will just, in the case of delta, what we will do, we just write this row above and this row below. Just interchange these two rows. So it will be 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then what we will do? Then we will rearrange it. So again 1, 2, 3. 1 किसको मैप हो रहा है? 1 is mapped to 3, 3 is mapped to 2, and 2 is mapped to 1. So delta inverse is 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2 is beta. So delta inverse is equal to beta. Now let us take one more example. Now let us suppose we want to find the gamma inverse. So again we will interchange these two. It will be 2, 1, 3. It will be 1, 2, 3. So again 1, 2, 3. Now 1 is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 1, 3 is mapped to 3. So it is 2, 1, 3 again. Same element. So gamma inverse is equal to gamma. So gamma inverse is gamma. So by this way, we can find the composition of the two elements. We can find the inverse of element, and we know that the identity element is the identity function. Now let us take another example to understand the things. So now let us take S5. Now S5 means it is defined on the function having 5 elements, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let us take the two elements of S5. The first element is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and say it is 3, 1, 4, 2, and 5, and say another element. It is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's the elements are 2, 1, 4, 3, so 4, 5, and 3. Now my simple questions are: what is the value of alpha square? What is the value of beta of alpha? What is the value of beta inverse? Now let us try to find these things. So alpha square means, so now alpha square means alpha of alpha. Alpha of alpha means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. This is the first, and below it the same it will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. So the resultant element will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 1 is mapped to 3, 3 is mapped to here 4. So 1 is mapped to 4. 2 is mapped to 1, again 1 is mapped to 3, so it is mapped to 3. 3 is mapped to 4, 4 is here is mapped to 2, so it will be 2. Now 4 is mapped to 2 and 2 is mapped to 1, so it will be 1. Now 5 is mapped to 5, again 5 is mapped to 5, so this is the composition of alpha scale. Now the next question is, what is the value of beta of alpha? So now you want to find beta of alpha. So what we will do? First we write the elements of alpha. Alpha is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 1, 4, 2, 5. That's the elements of beta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 1, 4, 5, 3. So the composition is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to 3, 3 to 4. 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 1 to 2. Then 3 to 4, 4 to 3. Then 4 to 2, 2 to 1. Then 5 to 5. I think we have done some mistake. 1 to 3, 3 to 4. Now it's okay. Then 2 to 1, 1 to 2, it is okay. Then 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. Not 3, it is 5. And 5 to 5 and 5 to 3. So in this way we can find the composition of beta of alpha. Now last question, what is the value of beta inverse? So to write beta inverse, what we will do? We just interchange these two rows, 2, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can rearrange it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here 1 is mapped to 2, 2 is mapped to 1, 4 is mapped to 3, 5 is mapped to 4 and 3 is mapped to 5. So this is the value of beta inverse. So this is the symmetric groups and permutation. So thanks, it's all for the today lecture.